Welcome to the Comfortable in Chaos Podcast. Strangle your demons and let's go.
Y'all need Jesus!
I think of you every night and day. You took my heart and you took my pride away. I had myself for loving you. Can't break free from the things that you do. I wanna walk, but I run back to you. That's why I hate myself for loving you. Welcome to the Comfortable in Chaos Podcast. I am your host, Eric Hellberg, and you know we're like Einstein over here, man. We have no special talents. We are just passionately curious about all things pertaining to men. How in the hell did we get here, and where is it that we want to go? We are back with a flourish, man. Took a little R&R with the kids. We were on the West Coast, in the water, in the valley, at the zoo, everywhere known to man, and still more to go. Enjoyed it immensely. Spent some time with family that really care. And it was an awesome deal. And so much has happened during that trip. And I was just receiving information, watching all this stuff unfold. And I'm like, my God, I can't wait back. Can't wait to get back with me and my audience, and let's craft some messages together. And you know what? If you're going to take the MAGA movement, the Make America Great Again movement, it's kind of like that song. We love our country. We know it is the best. We want it to be the best, but we want to unbury ourselves from all this shit, get clean, and move forward. It is amazing to me that our shit, if we're going to say that, is so fake that the minute we got an outsider, meaning Donald J. Trump, when he took office, we got cheap gas, we got cheap food, we became energy independent, we had no wars, and we focused on our country's own issues. Because of Barack and those 8 years of total immersion of psychotic bullshit, we were already drowning. He let us put our heads back above water, meaning President Trump. Then the establishment hacks get back in. We have record inflation, medical friggin' tyranny on a concocted disease, World War III beckoning at 4 different corners of the globe, and now we need a mortgage for fuel and food. How is that for fake? But at current, it is our reality. Meanwhile, Cheadle went up on the Hill after Donald J. Trump's assassination attempt. She was defiant. She vowed to carry on. She vowed to protect the people in need of protection. But then, according to NBC News, she has now bowed out and resigned. Really, she needs a cell. I don't know how complicit she was in this personally, but she has a part in it. We know that. And from just undubbed audio footage that was rebroadcast for us over and over, discernibly, meaning audibly, you could hear the differences in the shots. The 7 preceding the 8th shot, which was the counter sniper of ours that purportedly took out Matthew Thomas Crooks. That was easily identifiable. There were 2 guns in those first sequences of shots. That I know for a fact. I may build that out later if some of you truly want to know. If you're already tired of it, I understand. I am too. But it is important that we uncover these dastardly bastards. Now, Biden Hasn't been seen since last Wednesday. He basically bowed out of the race now, will carry out his duties supposedly, but Kamala has stepped in. But do you realize, in accordance with federal and state election law, that they have already passed the deadline whereby President Biden's name cannot be removed from the ballot for the November election? And that constitutes over 130 electoral votes. Well, do you think that the Democrats are going to let those get flushed down the toilet? It would be impossible for them to win otherwise. They'll just simply rewrite the rules. Watch what's going to happen. The deadline is passed in Alabama, Indiana, Michigan, Minnesota, New Mexico, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Washington. And we know that Ohio, Texas, and Pennsylvania always loom pretty damn big in the presidential elections. And I've got to thank Elon Musk. He put out a tweet, and basically what he said is, thank you very much, George Soros, and thank you very much, Alex Soros. And who is Alex? Alex is George's son. They have already been seen, both Alex and I believe that's his wife, with Kamala, and they have endorsed her fully. And Elon basically said, well, thank you for letting us know who the next puppet will be. And of course, he's in charge of a $25 billion family empire, meaning the young Alex Soros. And will Kamala be there for long? Go back to my shows all the way starting last November, December. I said it would be Michelle. I believe it could possibly be Newsom on the ticket. But really, the people that are constantly espousing democracy demonstrated a palace coup. And who are these? That would be Pelosi, Schumer, and Obama. Even though they tell you we are a democratic system, they then acted in extremely undemocratic ways. So now, you Democrats, you will have a presidential candidate that none of the primary voters voted for. So much for the defenders of democracy, the defenders of greed, the defenders of megalomania, the defenders of ego, the defenders of I don't give a shit about the average American as long as I prosper. They got their own way, and now their own party members are their first victims. So did Joe jump, or was he pushed? Is there any doubt? I've actually received reports, men, that Joe suffered a mild stroke and that he went into the medical ward. It is a room, for lack of a better term, on Air Force One, and they rushed him back to D.C. The plane traveled, and for Air Force One, it is fast at approximately 600 plus miles per hour, so fast that it was shaking, according to two insiders who reported this on the condition of anonymity. This man does not have much longer to go. I actually believe all the COVID vaccinations and boosters that he touted destroyed what was left of President Joe Biden's, honestly, his demented brain, his lack of myelin sheaths, the lack of electricity, the lack of synapses firing. And when all that shit went into his body, it broke him down prematurely. Not that he was headed for a graceful aging process. And I believe that we have a president who has not been seen. He issued a one-paper statement, not even on a presidential seal, but on his own individual stationery from the desk of Joe Biden. Had nothing to do with being president. I'm even going to tell you that according to Joey Cervantes, that was not even his normal signature. Times are getting crazy, my fellow men. So what do? We find men whereby we can speak our truth. They care about who you are, what it is that you actually believe, not what you have learned to go along with. And if you cannot find them readily, keep searching. Dispense of those who do not share those similar views. They are out there. We are all afflicted. No one is above that. The men pretending to be so are the ones that you should run like hell from and get away as far as you can. And I'm going to end our return episode and let you know that we are going to build some tumultuous, badass stuff in the days to come. But I am going to end with something for my Catholic friends from the Prodigal Catholic and my Christian friends, because we are all prodigals. We are all in need of a Father who loves us unconditionally. We all need to return back to our faith, whereby we have a guide. Nothing in this world can guide you to what is right and what is holy. And this goes back to all those episodes, men, because you will be maligned, you will be disdained. In fact, you may be hated. And it goes back to me saying, are you willing to sacrifice? If you really want to be a man, do you want that courage that has been languishing inside of you, dying to come out? This is your chance. And according to Jim Caviezel, how about this? Your name may not appear down here in this world's Hall of Fame. In fact, you may be so unknown that no one ever knows your name. The Oscars, he's an actor. And the praise of men that we many times so much covet. That praise may never come your way, but don't forget God has rewards that he'll hand out someday. They will cheer like mad here until you fall, and then the praise will stop. Not God, he never does forget, and in his Hall of Fame, by just believing in his Son, forever there's your name. Jim went on to say, I have a reminder, I tell you, friend, I would not trade this or my name, however small, that's written there beyond the stars in that celestial hall, for all the famous names on earth or the glory that they share. I'd rather be an unknown here and have my name up there. Let's go get it, man. I'm back. I'm back in the saddle again with you, man. So until next time on the Comfortable in Chaos podcast, I bid you bon voyage, my burgeoning flock.
Until next time, like and subscribe to the Comfortable in Chaos podcast.